SDP can. Good afternoon, Singaporeans. Thank you for braving the sun to be with us today. I am Jaslyn Go, SDP candidate for Yuhua SMC. Thank you. I received many well wishes from friends and supporters. Many told me that this is going to be a very tough fight for me. When I decided to stand in this election, I was prepared that this is not going to be easy. But no matter how tough it will be, someone has to do the job. If left uncontested, we are giving the PAP a blank check to continue to craft policies without the people's consultations. The late Dr. Toh Chin Chye, former Deputy Prime Minister and founding PAP chairman, once said, when the PAP and opposition were 26 to 25, the government was sensitive to issues and was circumspect. When you got a strong opposition, there's consultation. Mr. Goh Chok Tong said that Singapore doesn't need opposition. All he needs is the PAP to check the PAP. Do you agree? If you are a doctor and you need an operation, can you operate yourself? No. Parliament needs strong opposition voice. A strong opposition that speaks up for the ordinary Singaporeans in mind. So, today, I stand here before you, not with a glittering CV to show you, but with humility. I am an ordinary Singaporean, just like many of you here. But because I am an ordinary Singaporean, I know the struggles that Singaporeans go through. My working life didn't start after I returned to Singapore with scholarship from a famous university, with a job nicely reserved for them, like many PAP candidates. I started working since I was 12 to pay for my school fees and second-hand school textbook. In my early years starting out working, I faced with many failures. I learned from my failures and find ways to improve myself. This hard knock in life molded me to what I am today. It is these experiences that I have that help me relate well to the suffering of my fellow Singaporeans. The SDP has many alternative policies, and they are the only party that offer alternative policies for healthcare, education, economy, housing, and population. Take the population white paper, for example. While I acknowledge that Singapore birth rate has declined, I disagree with having to bring our population to 6.9 million. If declining fertility is a problem, then shouldn't we just be bringing in the babies? Why are we bringing 50-year-old people who will be aging with us? Why not look into the cause of the declining birth rate? As a mother, when I had my first child, I am shocked by the high cost of having a baby, the pre- and postnatal care, the cost of sending kids to childcare, the stress of their education, the fear of them competing with foreigners for school and for job. Why not fix what is broken instead of replacing it? When all these concerns are addressed, we should see a rise in our birth rate. The SDP has alternative policies in this area to help, namely our healthcare and education policies. As a director of an SME company, many times I am touched by my workers working so hard for us. Looking at my worker, I would love to reward them with a SG50 bonus, but I can only do so if the COE for commercial vehicle is brought down to $50. When we first started out, we paid less than $40,000 for a lorry. Last year, when I renew our vehicle, I have to pay more than $100,000 for a lorry. Diesel back then was only 60 cents per liter, but now it is 120. This is killing SME like us. As an SME owner, I am all for minimum wage. We need to bring up minimum wage of employees to give them a decent salary to survive the high cost of living in Singapore. This can be achieved if we bring down the cost of running a company like the rental and the transportation. High office rental only make money for the government, which own capital land and maple tree. Why do we pay the government so much money and stinge on our workers? If we pay our workers well, they will be more motivated and productive. But if we pay our government more, they will want more and more. If the ministers can have a minimum wage, why not workers like you and me? Let's not question the timing of all the upgrading projects promised to voters during this election campaign period. But what is important is that residents, regardless of who you vote for, this 5-year plan should continue to be carried out. There should be no distinction between a PAP ward and an opposition ward. Upgrading of estate is a national building program. A nation does not belong to any party but the people. When I walk the ground on the constituency the SDP is contesting, many feedback to us the many issues they want us to speak up for them. Issues from cost of living to COE for commercial vehicles and motorcycles. We hear you. The SDP hears you. The SDP is prepared to bring all your concerns to Parliament to speak up for you. Not only we will speak up for you, we have all the alternative policies researched and written, all ready to present to the Parliament to speak up for you. But to do that, you must first vote for us. Vote for the SDP. Vote our 11 candidates into Parliament so that they can be your voice in Parliament. Voting is secret. Please vote for SDP without fear. Remember to only put a cross within the box next to the SDP logo and the candidate's picture. Please do not attempt to deface or write anything else. Your vote is important to us. We are very confident when voted into Parliament, we will not just be able to manage the town council well, we will also be your voice in Parliament. Thank you very much. Thank you.